How's it going, guys? It is Prowler back here again to talk a little more. Just I don't know if I want to call it wisdom, but I just want to talk to you guys again. Where I did the last video with Sonic talking about negativity and society and all that. Um, and I must have struck a chord with you guys because almost 11 or over 11,000 people have watched that video, which I could not be more thankful for. And all the new subscribers and the views and everything, you guys are just, this YouTube is incredible. I can't get over that fact. But before I continue to gush over everything that's happened since I uploaded that last video, I want to touch on what I want to talk about today, and I promise you I will try not to be as not gloomy or anything or negativity driven as the last one. And obviously, as you can tell, I'm playing a little Mario today, Super Mario 64 to be oh crap, I can't see, to be exact. Where I know my Sonic peeps out there, oh boy, okay, my Sonic peeps are probably not too thrilled with me not cheating on Sonic, I would say, but I'm feeling nostalgic. I wanted to play something a little different, obviously. I went through and I played Jak and Daxter the other day. Oh, I'm gonna die. No, I'm not. There we go. But yeah, I went back and played some Jak and Daxter. I got my Sony. I have the PlayStation Plus where they have the old school games on there, and I actually went through and I played Time Splitters as well. So any of you old school fans out there, Time Splitters was a blast from the past. But what I wanted to get into, let's actually get into the topic of today's video rather than me rant and rave. I can save that for the end. What I wanted to get into really was the power of saying 3 simple words. And those simple words are, I don't know. And I think that's a big thing that people need to either learn how to say or remember that they're allowed to say. It's just, I feel like we've gotten away from just the knowledge of our general, knowledge of being able to say that you're unsure of something. Okay, that was horrific. As you guys can tell, I am not an expert Mario player, so bear with me for this. But no, I genuinely think that people don't realize that they're allowed to say they're not sure about things anymore, where everybody has to have, either an opinion or, God, jeez, I am not playing well right now. Everybody has to have either a correct opinion or, say they have to choose a side or something. And I know this obviously goes a little bit back into the video from last time, but again, it's not as detrimental this time. But really my point is you don't have to be an expert on everything. You don't have to have an opinion on everything. I think that saying I don't know should be more than okay as an acceptable answer most of the time. Or actually any time, that's really the big thing. Oh, was it secret teleportation? Yes, let's go. See, I remember this game a little bit. It's been like 20 something years since I've really played this, but oh, big bomb. All right, stop getting distracted. Speak. No, my point is like I said, I think that too many times that people feel that they have to speak on a subject or an issue, which they really don't have to. And I think that maybe, society or pressures or, not peer pressure or anything, but like just people in general put pressure on themselves to have to know things or give their opinion on things when they really don't have to. And I find that whether it's, social settings with your friends or whether it's at work or school or anything like that, where people are just constantly, demanding that you either pick a side or know what you're talking about. And really, that's not the case. I don't think that's the case at all, where we have to do things like that. We don't have to lie. We don't have to make things up. Like, if you truly don't know an answer to something, or you're not comfortable saying what it is you either believe or whatever, you don't have to answer like that. You don't have to give an actual answer or just, pick a side. Just choose to say, I don't know, or even something like if you're not familiar enough with a situation, especially in today's political climate, and again, I am not going into detail about politics or anything else like that, but in today's day and age with the internet and everything else, everybody obviously wants to pick sides and stuff. But if you truly don't know or feel you're not educated enough on a topic or not bomb, chomp chomp, there we go. I'm trying to remember the names. But if you truly don't know how you feel either about a specific topic or anything, like, you shouldn't have to feel forced to give an answer you don't want to, or anything else like that. And I mean, there's been plenty of times where I found myself in this situation, especially, in my work setting where everybody wants to give their opinion or anything else, where, people expect, especially, and you can tell there's very specific people as well that, they look at you when you give an answer or something, that they expect you to kind of either pick their side or whatever else. And at the end of the day, you shouldn't have to feel like that regardless of the situation, the topic, or anything else. And, one quote that I love to go back to all the time, and I don't know how some people feel about him. I think he's a hilarious comic, is Bill Burr, right? He hit the nail on the head. There's a very specific quote that I think of when he visited the Joe Rogan podcast or whatever. And again, I'm not an avid listener or anything. I'm a Bill Burr fan. And he hit the nail on the head in one of the episodes. Again, I'm not an expert on how many times he's been on the show or anything like that, but it was about, COVID and masks and all that. And again, a whole nother situation that we are absolutely not going to get into in this video or anything like that. But the quote that really stuck with me was that Joe was trying to almost like bait him into... I gotta talk to the bomb here. I'm trying to remember. Is the bomb? Joe is essentially trying to bait him into saying whether he thinks people should be wearing masks or not, or whatever, during the pandemic and all that stuff. And Burr pretty much just told him, like, let's not do this. Let's not. I don't have a medical degree. You don't have a medical degree. And essentially, like, tried to shut it down before Joe could really get into the meat and potatoes of like what he was getting at and everything. And I think that's such a good way to handle a situation like that. Oh, I forgot we can read the show. That's right. Jeez, so many memories. I love playing these nostalgic games, in case you guys can't tell with this stuff. And I'm sorry I keep getting off track, but I just I find myself fascinated sometimes with the gameplay and all that. But again, going back to what I was talking about with Bill Burr, where he really nailed the situation that he was put into by Rogan, by again, just not, I don't know if he avoided the question or not, but it was really the quote that stuck with me, where, like I said, he didn't want to like feed into it, where he didn't feel comfortable being like, I don't have a medical degree. I don't know like whether we should be wearing masks. Oh, I overshot that by a mile. Or anything else like that. And I mean, I respected the hell out of that, where he wasn't gonna give in and pick a side, or he wanted to make it clear that he didn't feel comfortable to comment on a topic or a situation where he didn't have all the necessary information in front of him to pick a side or whatever. And that's really what I'm trying to get at, is like I said, if you're not familiar with the subject or situation, or you can't you don't feel comfortable forming an opinion or picking a side, whatever it is, like, you shouldn't feel obligated to do so. And I think that's a lot of things that people forget, that, you don't have to pick a side. You don't have to choose an opinion or comment or anything like that. I'm just rambling again. I apologize for all you guys out there. I'm just infatuated with the Mario gameplay again, where I am just so terrible at it, but I'm having so much fun playing this again. It's been a hot minute since I've played Super Mario 64. So, but I guess really, again, another, wise lesson that I will bestow upon you guys, if you want to call it that at this point. I guess I like to hear myself talk. Is that really you should push to not be the smartest person in any room that you walk into, you know? And I know that's obviously much easier said than done, but it's one of those old, philosophy quotes kind of thing where you really don't, you always want to be learning, right? And the big thing with this whole topic about not knowing or anything else like that is really choose if you want to learn about the subject or the situation or anything. Nobody should be forcing you into anything that you don't want to be discussing or anything else like that. But if you feel inclined to learn more or want to become more knowledgeable, then go for it. Like, that's the big thing, is like, just because you don't know doesn't mean you can't learn or become either an expert on something or whatever. I mean, that's what school is for. That's what research is for. That's what books are for. This is what YouTube's for. I mean, the amount of things that I've learned from YouTube videos, from the community and everything like that has been incredible. Like I said, like I've touched on since I've started my journey on this, where I look at YouTube for so many things at this point that I never would have figured out either on my own or reading a book or whatever else, and it's been incredible. So just it's always an option that you can. Oh, I was gonna say I almost screwed that over. I'll go get that red coin later. It's always an option to learn or to choose what you want to do with information, or if you don't want to do anything with it, like, that's completely fine. At the end of the day, you don't have to be an expert on everything, and I don't think anybody should have that expectation put on them that they need to know everything or be an expert on everything or anything else. I mean, I'm like I've told you guys multiple times, especially in the last video, where it's like I don't know anything at all. I'm just a 35-year-old that likes to apparently hear himself talk and play retro nostalgic games and have fun, and some of you guys really enjoyed that. Like I said, where the Sonic video did as good as it did last time, and maybe I'll grab some Mario fans with this one. I mean, I like I said, I've always enjoyed a Mario game myself. Oh boy, get out of here, Chomp Chomp. But like I said, you don't have to be an expert on everything. I'm sorry, the whole gameplay while I'm talking thing is something I'm definitely learning to hopefully get better at as time goes on. I hope you guys forgive me. But honestly, that's really the message I wanted to get across today, was just, you don't have to know everything. Not knowing is completely fine. And at the end of the day, just be passionate about the things that you want to be passionate about. And if you don't want to give an answer, or you don't feel comfortable giving an answer, like, that's completely fine. That's the biggest thing. 7. And really, one other piece of advice that I could give you guys, really, that I think, I had to learn, or it took me a while to figure out, is you need to listen to people who are passionate. And what I mean by that is, there's the last red coin. Got it this time. Oh, can I take the cannon here? Again, easily distracted. You want to learn from the people that are passionate about things, because I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's always been a battle where if I'm not excited about something, if I'm not interested in something, it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be an absolute struggle, okay, to learn about it, to be interested in it, or anything like that. And one thing that I can really hit home with that on is I had a teacher, a 7th grade science teacher, Mr. Wheaton. And the reason why I remember his name so distinctively is because he was probably the most passionate teacher I'd ever met before, where he was always, so close. He was so passionate about science and teaching, and he was always excited, and he came in all the time just ready to go to tell us things, and just was an absolute joy of a teacher to have, because he was passionate about what he wanted to teach and talk about. And that's really one thing that really stuck with me, is that you have to have that passion. You have to care about something, otherwise what's the point? I could sit here all day, and like I told you guys before, I'm a huge NFL fan. I love football. I could sit here and talk NFL all day about anything under the sun football related. Does that mean I'm correct about it? Does that mean that my opinion's correct or right or anything? Absolutely not. Like, no way, shape, or form does just being passionate about something make, people correct about it. But at the same time, I learned more about science with Mr. Wheaton than I did with any other science teacher. I couldn't even tell you the names of my other science teachers because they didn't have the same passion, they didn't have the same care that he had when he spoke about teaching or science or anything like that. And it's all these years later. I mean, Lord Almighty, I think that was like almost 20 years ago that I had him, or 20 plus years ago. I couldn't tell. I don't know. I'm not mathing right now, I can tell you that. But the fact is, you know, his teaching stuck with me. Who he was stuck with me because of how passionate and how much he cared about the topics and his students and everything. So I guess if there's one thing that I really want you guys to really take away from this video that I'm trying to get through is just, it's okay to not know. I mean, part of life is learning, growing, living, all that stuff. Not to quote, Sonic music there, but live and learn, right? That's one of the greatest songs ever, but I'm getting off topic. But you live and learn with decisions or whatever else, and you don't have to have, oh no. Oh, well, okay. There goes baby penguin. It's just like, I didn't throw him off the edge intentionally, I just fell off. And I'm not gonna make that. Okay, well, that was disastrous. Anyway, let me wrap this up by just saying to you guys that you don't have to know everything, and you don't have to, you can always give I don't know as an answer. It's fine. You can learn about things if you want to. If you don't want to, that's completely fine too. It's just answer how you feel fit to any situation that's out there, whether it's right, wrong. Just I ask that don't lie. Just be true to yourself and be true with other people, where we don't have to be experts on everything, where we don't have to constantly lie to ourselves or lie to other people. That was horrible, by the way, me going on the slide. And again, I'm rambling here. I guess I don't have a great way to finish this video, but as always, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. And again, for all you new people out there that have found my page through the Sonic video or anywhere else, I couldn't be more thankful for you guys to come and hang out, and hopefully you enjoy this kind of content. And again, if you're here for the nostalgic gameplay, me rambling about stuff that just doesn't make any freaking sense, but just know I love and appreciate all of you people out there. So thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me, and I hope to see you guys all soon. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.